Continuing with Objective 5, now we're going to define, pronounce, and spell diagnostic terms related to the female reproductive system. So first we will start with terms built from word parts. First one, hysterosalpingogram, radiographic image of the uterus and uterine tubes. Mammogram, radiographic image of the breast. Mammography, radiographic imaging of the breast. Sonohysterography, process of recording the uterus by use of sound. And then we have endoscopy. So the first one is a colposcope. This is the actual instrument used for visual examination of the vagina and cervix. Colposcopy, the actual act of visual examination of the vagina and cervix. Hysteroscope, instrument used for visual examination of the uterus. Hysteroscopy, visual examination of the uterus. Pelvoscopic, pertaining to visual examination of the pelvic cavity. Pelvoscopy, visual examination of the pelvic cavity. Here is a picture of a hysterosalpingogram, and it's revealing a bilateral hydrosalpinx, so water in the uterine tube. Here is a picture of mammography. So A is the actual process of it, and then B is the actual X-ray of it. So now diagnostic terms not built from word parts. Transvaginal sonography, ultrasound procedure that uses a transducer placed in the vagina to obtain images of the ovaries, uterus, cervix, uterine tubes, and surrounding structures. Used to diagnose masses such as ovarian cysts or tumors, to monitor pregnancy, or to evaluate ovulation for the treatment of infertility. CA-125 test, blood test primarily used to monitor treatment for ovarian cancer and to detect reoccurrence once treatment is complete. So CA stands for cancer antigen 125. This is a protein found in the surface of most ovarian cancer cells and is released into the bloodstream. HPV test, again that's human papillomavirus, is a cytological study of cervical and vaginal secretions to detect high-risk forms of the human papillomavirus, or HPV, that can cause abnormal cervical cells and cervical cancer, used for cervical cancer screening. Pap test, histological study of cervical and vaginal secretions to detect abnormal and cancerous cells, primarily used for cervical cancer screening. So here is a picture of how a Pap test is conducted. And then we have one review question. A mammogram is a radiographic image of what structure? And again, mammo means breast, so hopefully you chose D for breast as your answer. And that will end this recording.